First of all, both of us were born in large families, so for us it wasn't something strange. During our life, God gave us children and we accepted them as gifts from Him. Of course, people are different, but we didn't have such a time as couples have to get used to one another. When we got married, I was very happy and I really liked a lot of things in his character. He was full of love and kindness, and I really thanked God that He has made our relationship so beautiful. We did not even dream of such a life together.
Difficulties? Well, there is no way to escape from them in life. The large family, this is the status of our family. And so the difficulties were different. The purchase of the house, restoration and development of it, transport needs and so on. But the only thing for the believer is simply gorgeous, is that you have the one you may turn to in a prayer and you get the answer. This is very important.
Отче наш, що єси на небесах, нехай святиться ім'я Твоє, нехай прийде царство Твоє.
В данный момент я работаю по основной своей профессии.
Currently I'm working on my main profession. I'm construction crane driver. It was also a time when I was repairing car engines.
Ремонтировал автомобильные двигатели. Самое первое, что
The first thing that pushed our family to take these children was when we were watching some TV shows about orphans, and after the next such show, children raised the issue of foster children. We waited what we can do and what we cannot. We asked our children questions and explained them that they would have to give in, to share and to sacrifice for the sake of these children. And in the end, all children enthusiastically said, "Yes, we will do it all, we will try."
At first, I hesitated to financial side of that. I was worried if I can protect them financially. And then I thought that if our officials have asked us to take the children, in this I would see the God's will and leadership for our family to do it this way. And so it happened. In that year, I went to Moscow with my relatives. We arrived there and suddenly I realized that I forgot my passport in a train. Local officials were very strict with me, and after all my explanations, I was told that I need to be there in Moscow at least for a month to get my problems solved. And there I remembered the orphans again. I felt myself a stranger there, and that's how they feel themselves constantly. Nobody needs them.
Well, it was difficult during the first days, no matter how it is. Anyway, someone else got into the family, and it's quite difficult to put the child next to your own as the same one. But very little time passed, and the baby very quickly fit into our family, in all in behavior, in character. It becomes practically no different from our own children. For me, let me be honest, there is no difference between foster and physically born children.
But anyway, there is a difference between them. For example, our oldest daughter Nastya keeps thanking us that we took her. Our own children never had the chance to understand how is that to thank their parents that they had given birth to them. They took it as for granted.
Давай, бо я поки на олені, тяни, поки я на ньому. 65. А я 55.
I think that the most responsible and the most important what happens to these children when they come into the family, it is an adaptation. They have to adapt themselves to a completely different environment, standards of attitude and behavior. It is very difficult for them, because for all their life they were in an environment where they had to fight with someone for survival constantly.
Они, находясь в среде, в котором они только борются за свое выживание, скажем, за первенство какое-то, да?
They come into a family, setting themselves up for the fight, but there is no one to fight with. During the adaptation period, they start to measure the world in which they live not with the yardstick of their old environment, in which they lived before, but with the yardstick of the family, normal family relations.
Все-таки эти дети, они хотят одинаково.
These children want to be treated the same way as we treat our children. They don't want to be shown more sympathy. They feel uncomfortable.
Отношения беречь. И я поняла, что для детей не важно вот эти мои кастрюли.
Most of all, we teach children to build their relationship. For them, it is not so important what I have cooked, but the way I draw my attention to them. How do I talk to them, hug them?
Обняла и
И учим, чтобы
We teach them that someone else spoiled by somebody thing does not have to affect on their
это не
relationship.
отражалось в этих отношениях.
Older always look after younger, help them.
Если вот детей не любить, то есть независимо, это родные дети.
Most of all children need love. All children regardless of whether they are foster or your physical children.
Не успевает или не успевает, они просто хорошо. Детей взяли, вот каких-то
If you compare those children whom we took and compare them with this now, it's a very big change.
очень большие перемены. Ну даже, скажем, такие вещи, например, Вика пришла.
For example, Vika came and she could not talk or walk, but she could say only two words. She clearly knew them, give and I do not want. It was all she could say. Now she is developing very well, pronounced all the letters, talks a lot.
Много.
Also, she has a bunch of diseases. We were shown a list of diseases and said, look what a child you take, you will not get out of the hospital. But imagine, we haven't been there for a single day, and the child is completely healthy. God showed mercy.
Они сейчас пошли. Вот Настя тоже.
Сашка, то
Саша, не
он
надо
вообще
лице
был, он
помыла. Ты
пришел,
дивись за Сашою,
всех
за
он
Стасом.
плечи прям втянуто.
Sasha, when he came to, his head was dragged into the shoulder. He was even afraid to walk around the house. And now he feels just fine, speaks normally, talks a lot. Once, one morning when I was still asleep, he hugged me and said, Dad, I love you so much. And then, after a second of silence, said, and I love my mother, and I love everybody.
Вот это. А Сашка-то вообще, этот Стасик, он вообще сам по себе развитый.
And Stas, he's very developed by itself. Smart kid. I do not understand how it was possible to leave these children or give away. He is handsome in appearance, developed, intelligent, without any defect or problems. He also somehow came to Valia and said, Mom, I'm so glad you're my mom.
И тебе хочеш? Давай більше сидіть.
Побачимо, що стати пстрина, що свиню пстрину, щоб я була велика. Дякую за все тобі. Амінь. Амінь. Як ти, мати,
When I arrived home, our regional officials have asked us to take a boy. They said that he was with mental special needs.
Ну, его умственная скала должна быть.
He almost could not talk. Even if he said something, it was so vague that no one understood. I played a little bit with him and in a movement he flourished, began to smile. Then there is a hope and a dream.
Ну и потом, когда
When we took Sasha, Vasya told the officials that we want to take this smart boy too, because he also needs a family.
И Настюшка, мы 9,5 лет ей было, когда...
She was 9.5 years old when we took her. She is so attached to our family that become our own.
Она стала нашей родной. Я думаю, ну, радость, конечно, есть.
Of course there is joy, especially when you work and see results. Well, our efforts scantily, but the fruits of the Lord works in them are awesome. Each of them was destined to come into the world, to become at least the homeless or the offender, and accordingly without God in eternity.
Личности у людей. А вот человек, который все-таки мы смотрим, насколько они преображаются в характере, насколько они преображаются.
But now we look at them, they are changing in front of our eyes. Their nature, behavior, relationship. Sasha, Vika. For example, they could not even talk, but today they normally talk, communicate, and it raises our wings so much.
We have the most important thing that is needed for these children: love that is shown in relationship. Every touch, every hug, every smile.
To play with them, to fight for a little, to repair the bike together. Every morning when I'm about to leave for my work, they immediately ask, "Dad, where are you going?" "To my work." "I'm going with you." They want to do with me anything. To go for my work and plant something in a garden and take care of the house and even fix the bike.
Если говорить, то, конечно,
Honestly, we are very pleased that we took these children. At first, our relationship got stronger. Relationship with the Lord got stronger also. These children make us to understand that they feel that they are needed by us and that they have found something worth living.
ради чего стоит жить.
А потом змерзнеш ночью, Стасик.
Все, цьопки-бомки, мамі.
Чого? Можеш співати нам скрізь?
В сказке можно покататься на луне.